Okay. Right. So we're live again. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened to the previous part of the stream. The first 10 minutes, I guess, I was talking to myself. Yeah, the Wi-Fi didn't work especially well. So here we are. So we are trying to describe what is in the picture. We have a picture. Let me show you what the photo is. There it is. And we want to describe in Italian what's in the photo, what we see. I think this could be not just a useful exercise, but also a very simple one, and we can make it as complicated as we want. But it's useful to start speaking, start creating Italian sentences, Italian thoughts, right? Using Italian words. So I'm basically taking stuff from the chat and putting it into this video and commenting on it. The first example we have was delizioso, puntini, puntini, puntini. And I started talking about it and then I've lost connection. So please let me know in the chat what, what's been heard and what has not been heard. Right. So I was just commenting on the fact that delizioso puntini 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 uses this format. These are called puntini or puntini di sospensione. I think this is more advanced. Most people wouldn't even know it. Puntini. Puntini is the diminutivo of punto or punti. So we have the word dot or point and we make it less, or we want to give the idea that the point in question is small. We say puntino, puntino, un punto piccolo, a small point, and then we make it plural, puntini. Remember, there is no difference between point, the word point, and the word dot. When we talk about writing and spelling, we use the word dot in English, but in Italian we stick with punto. Right. This is one point, I guess, that's minor. Delizioso. Delizioso means delicious, and it's a valid comment. It's actually a great comment. Delizioso. Il pane, prosciutto e mozzarella di bufala. Fantastic. So this example is completely correct. Not just correct, but it's great. It just flows and it makes sense. Il pane. Pane is bread. It ends in E, but it's a masculine word. So il is the right article for it. Il pane. Prosciutto. We could even add il prosciutto, il pane, il prosciutto e la mozzarella di bufala. Bear in mind, I mean, I'm being picky, but I mean, not even picky, it's just like style. Il pane, prosciutto e mozzarella di bufala. It's fine. I will say this, if we don't use articles, because we're just listing things, let's not even use it here, right? So let's remove it from here, right? There's an article here. We can remove it. Delizioso. Pane, prosciutto e mozzarella di bufala. Now, bufala, I can't remember if it's with one F or two, but it's a minor thing. Mozzarella is perfect, written perfectly. It's a very common type of cheese. Mozzarella di bufala is a type, a particular type of mozzarella. I won't go into details because it's unnecessary. Prosciutto. Now, I'm not sure if this is prosciutto. I think it's pepperoni. 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 peppers. I think they're roasted peppers with olive oil. That's what that's what it looks like. But I might be wrong. Prosciutto is another very common word. Prosciutto, and it can be, obviously this is ham. No, obviously it's ham, and it can be cotto or crudo. So what technically cooked or raw. Obviously it's not raw, it's more like smoked ham. You must have seen it before, like it's darker and it's more salty. Cotto, crudo. These are the two types of ham. Prosciutto cotto, prosciutto crudo. Again, in this case, I believe it's pepperoni. Pepperoni. Just write it in big capital. Yeah. Pepperoni. All right. At this point, can you guys see me? Have you guys lost connection completely? Ok now, buongiorno, buongiorno. Quella mattina ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e pepe. Pepe al forno. Ah, peperoni. Bene. Ok. Bene. So I'm happy that you guys are following. These are not basic words that, we start talking about food, we start talking about real stuff. As soon as we describe photos, we start actually talking about things that are real. So it's not, home, train, the sun. We stop using those words and we start using real words. Not real as in more real, but things that you wouldn't study in a textbook. Questa mattina ho mangiato pane. Okay, let's do this. Right, so we have another example from the chat. Good job, chat. So this is obviously a typo. Questa mattina. And please let me know if you cannot see the text. Questa, I can move it around, left, right, up, down. Questa mattina, this morning, ho mangiato, I ate. Remember, in Italian, present perfect is actually past simple. Ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e pepe. I like this. This sentence is correct. So notice how we choose to not use articles. So this morning I ate X, Y, Z. End of story. So this is perfect. Mozzarella e pepe. So I think we've established that it was pepperoni. So let's just change that. It doesn't change anything actually. Pepperoni. So questa mattina ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e peperoni. Questa mattina ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e peperoni. Fantastic. It's a good breakfast. It's a good idea for a breakfast. But beside that, let's try to see if this sentence can be rewritten with articles. And by the way, it isn't any better. It's just different. So someone could say, questa mattina ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e peperoni. No articles, right? Or we could say, questa mattina ho mangiato il pane con la mozzarella. Or il pane con la mozzarella e i peperoni. This is just a different choice, right? I suppose even in English you might, maybe pause and ponder and use articles without even realizing, right? The bread, the oil, whatever. But normally you wouldn't, and so the same goes in this scenario. I'm just going to delete the second sentence only because it's longer to no advantage. So the first sentence is good enough. Questa mattina, perfect, this morning. We could also say questo pomeriggio, obviously afternoon being masculine. Questo pomeriggio. Questa sera. Maybe it's midnight and, you know, back at 7, 8 p.m. I ate some bread with mozzarella. So questa sera ho mangiato blah, 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 blah. So I'm already speaking in the past tense, which would be past simple in English, but it's present perfect in Italian. So same thing. All right. Diana, Mark, Amedeo, Fiore. Are everybody following along with what's happening? We are basically describing what we see here. So let's talk about the plate. This is very interesting because in Italian there is a special nomenclature for cutlery and plates, right? So there's different types of plates. While in English you would just say, give me a plate, or give me a small plate, a big plate, or a bowl, or something. In Italian we have piatti piani. Piatti piani. Let's write it down. Piatto piano. Piatto piano. Piatto fondo. Piatto piattino. Piattino. So these are all very common things. I suggest you guys either write them down. You will see this again and again and again. These are not. These are all common things, right? Piatto piano, piatto fondo, piattino. Obviously, I'm going to cover these. I'm going to show you what they mean if you don't know already. But can you guess? Can you already guess which plate is described in this image? I'll be waiting for about a minute. And also, if you guys have any questions, pop them in the chat. Or if you're watching this video as a recording, post it in the comments or let us know. We're always ready or give us your email in italianmastery.com. We tend to reply within a week. Obviously with the students we reply every day, but we tend to reply to everyone, unless it's an insult or something. If it's a question, then it's good. So the question is, do you know what type of plate is in the picture? If not, I can give you some hints. Right, so piatto piano. So piano, first of all, piatto means plate. And it can be a little bit confusing because it also means flat. So you can use piatto as a noun, its own thing. It's a plate, piatto. So for example, il piatto. This means the plate. Passami il piatto. Hand over to me the plate. Questo piatto è pesante. This plate is heavy. So these examples treat the word piatto as a noun. So piatto can indeed be a noun, and we're using it as a noun today. Piatto, il piatto. Plural, i piatti. and it just means plate. But it can also be used in a different manner. For example, questo terreno è piatto. Questo coperchio è piatto. I can't come up with a third example. Quel pavimento è piatto. I struggled a little bit, but in the end I made it. So in this set of examples, piatto is used as an adjective. Yeah, I mean, parte nominale, it doesn't matter. It's an adjective. You can use it as an adjective, and it means flat. So in the first example, this terrain, this, it could be like a garden, it could be like a small area near a house, near some dwelling, or, you know, far apart, it doesn't matter. But this area is flat. This land, I would just say, I would translate it with land. This land is flat. Questo terreno è piatto. This cover, like a cover for your pot, is flat. This, and this is a false friend, pavimento. Pavimento means floor, right? Pavimento. It's not the pavement, it's the floor, right? Pavement or sidewalk in American. No, it's the floor. Even if you're in your house, for example. Oh, il pavimento è bagnato. The floor is wet. Il pavimento è piatto. This floor is flat. This is a bit of a stupid example because the floor tends to be flat, right? I mean, I've never seen a floor that just comes in, you know, all wavy and stuff, but I suppose there might be. Right. So this is the word piatto. And let me know, guys, if you cannot follow. No, non lo so. Okay, fine. Now let's talk about piano. Piano is an interesting word. Again, these are words that we must learn because they are useful to speak. They're functional, they're not rare, they're not stylish or anything, they're just, you know, plain Italian. Piano can be an adjective, just like now. Piatto piano. It means flat. This is why it's a bit confusing. Piano means that it's that it's flat. It's not going up or down. So piatto piano, it's a flat plate, right? And it's confusing because the word piatto stands for plate, and then the word piano stands for flat. Now, piano can also mean slow. Vai piano. Piano means slow. If you are in the car with your mother and you're driving, she will, you know, every 5 seconds, she will say something like, vai piano. And that's, of course, not drawn from personal experience, but that's what it means, right? Go slowly. Go slowly. Slowly. It's an adverb. It gives more information about a verb, right? Vai piano. Go slowly. Do this quickly. Do this slowly. These are adverbs. Vai piano. So we can see, so we've seen that piano can be an adverb, but it can also be an adjective. Questo again, I am not very imaginative. Questo terreno è piano. Okay, so this land is flat. This piece of land is flat. It's not inclined. It's flat. Questo terreno è piano. In this case, of course, piatto piano, it's used as an adjective. Therefore, it means flat, flat plate. Now it gets easier. Piatto fondo. Fondo, deep plate. A little bit of a mix between a bowl and a flat plate. And this is normally used for main the main courses like pasta or anything that has soup in it, usually. Yeah. So you would have your appetizer or your second dish, second course on a piatto piano, and then you have your main on piatto fondo. And sometimes if you go on somebody's house, or it's an important dinner, or it's Christmas or whatever, you will see that in a restaurant they will have piatto piano e sopra piatto fondo. So they'll have a flat plate at the bottom, and then on top they're going to have a deep plate, a bowl, where you consume your main. Anyways, right, piattino is a small plate. So piattino is used for snacks. So going back to the image, this could be un piattino o un piatto piano. We don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell. I guess it depends on the scale. It's probably un piatto piano. If it's too small, then it's almost like a coaster. Then it's considered piattino. These are subtleties, but I just want to tell you what the words are. And then when you know what the words are, then you can choose which word to use. Right. All right. We've been talking about piatto piano for a while. Do you guys have any examples, any questions? Do you have any more examples that you wanna bring up? We've been going on for a little while now, and we can close it down. We can prepare another image for next time. I would like you to suggest what type of image, what type of topic you would like to discuss and describe next time, so that we can have more examples to work with. Whatever example you give me, I'm gonna pluck it, paste it into my Word, or Docs, whatever, and then work with it. So let me know in the chat. But I like this. Do you like this this way of running these live sessions, describing pictures? I think it's less pressure on you, because the topics basically are they stem from your examples, as opposed to me bringing up a topic and then putting you on the spot. Anyways, I think that this, describing especially food is very healthy, very good, because Italians love talking about food. And if you know maybe like 20 or 30 words to do with food and cuisine, and you can use them effectively, then at least you're guaranteed to be able to understand what people say, and then that's going to make you feel very good. Also, eating together is a very social thing, so I mean, if you know any Italian native speaker, if you speak to anyone in Italian, because Italian is the language you have in common, chances are you're going to have a snack, you're going to have something to drink, you're going to have to, eat at some point. So talking about food is a very smart way to learn how to speak. Questa mattina ho mangiato pane con mozzarella e peperoni. Delizioso. Il pane, prosciutto e mozzarella di bufala. Of course, we've seen that there's like different types of mozzarella as well. Diana, thanks for the heart. Amedeo, everybody's happy. Guys, let me know if you like this. I guess you do. I take the silence as yes. Do you have any ideas for next session? Next lesson, if you can tell me why they don't like chicken on pizza. Yeah, we can talk about pizza next time. I have some experts in the house that I can draw strength from and advice from. So we can talk about pizza. Yeah, we should talk about that. So send an email to Italian Mastery of a pizza or some pizza related photo, and the best photo is going to be used for next session. And indeed, pizza is super common, and there's probably a lot of examples that can be easily formed on the fly as well next time when we talk about it. Anyways, I'm glad that you've enjoyed this. I hope you have. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat, let me know in the DMs, etc. We've looked at some basic examples, some words. It's been mostly vocabulary this session. We've just we had some Wi-Fi problems, and then we talked about vocabulary. I think it's very useful vocabulary. Try by yourself, on your own this week, to come up with some examples, and then next Sunday we can actually discuss these examples. I'm sure you're going to stumble upon uncertainties or examples that you're not sure about. Copy, put them somewhere, paste them somewhere, and then we'll deal with those accordingly. And as you know, I'm quite picky, right? I go through the examples and I tell you everything that there is to know about them. Pizza con pollo, pizza margherita. Okay, you're already experts. We're not going to talk about pizza next time because you know more than me, all the different types of pizza. I'm not big on food, surprisingly. I don't drink coffee, and I'm not big on food, so a lot of the names, what I know is what the absolute minimum, what the average guy knows. I'm not a pizza expert, I promise, but I do know some pizza experts that have very strong opinions on things. All right, thank you very much, guys. I will see you next Sunday. And I will try to make sure that there are no Wi-Fi issues, since we always have to, I always seem to struggle with this lately. Hit the thumbs up button, and I hope you've enjoyed the session. Have a good Sunday. Buona domenica a tutti. Ci vediamo la prossima settimana. Mangiate tanta pizza e... Grazie per il tuo tempo, grazie a te, grazie a voi. Grazie, alla prossima settimana. Ok, perfetto. Ciao a tutti. Grazie, ciao.